Hi, it's Jayla Ingram. Welcome back to HBCU Voices, Real Story, Real Impact. I'm here with Chaka Moore, Miss Chaka Moore. Intro-
Hi.
Introducing Dr. Chaka Moore, a passionate advocate for education in HBCUs, hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with a diverse educational background spanning from Cheyney University to Penn State and Cabrini University. Dr. Moore brings extensive experience in leadership development and educational leadership, particularly in higher education. Her commitment to empowering students from impoverished neighborhoods is evident through her 15 years in student affairs and profound research in diversity and inclusion, queer theory, and critical race feminism. A proud member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority and Order of Eastern Star, Dr. Moore embodies dedication to community and academic excellence.
That's okay. This is okay.
Well, to start the interview, what advice would you give someone considering attending an HBCU?
First thing I would say is there are 107 HBCUs. So it depends on A, what do you like to do? And B, where do you feel comfortable and where you want to go? And what I mean by that is, do you want to stay close to home? Like if you're from Pennsylvania, if you want to stay close to home, you're going to go for Cheyney, Lincoln, Delaware State, Howard. You're going to go for those HBCUs. But if you want to go away from mom and dad and just explore a different city where you can be you, I say go for the FAMUs, the Savannah States, the Alabama 8. Go for those institutions. So it's based on where you feel comfortable and what do you like to do.
What role has your HBCU played in shaping your cultural identity?
Oh, wow. So I went to Cheyney. Um, it shaped me because it allowed me to be more of myself when it comes to, especially when it comes to the beauty journey. So my first time doing a really crazy thick paper was a 10-page paper on Black hair at Cheyney University. I was that girl that always went to the salon. I got my perm, my red was laying. And when I did my 10-page paper on Black hair, it just opened my eyes to so many things. When I noticed that they gave me pictures of, like, what can I say? I don't want to be graphic. They gave me pictures of autopsies of women of when they, because of the perms, there was like this green gook on their brains and their scalps from the chemicals of a perm. And yes, so it was just really fascinating to learn that our hair has history. Like they did braids in the hair because that was a pathway for like escaping as slaves. And based on royalty, your hair was braided a certain way. So I was like, I got to get this perm out of my head. So I cut my hair off. I got the Cheyney in 2005, cut my hair after the 10-page paper and started my lock journey in 2006. So I've still had my locks since then. And it's based on learning about my culture, my hair. And I still rock that to this day. And I help educate my students on their natural hair journey on, yes, this is beautiful because there wasn't a movement for the natural movement, the 4C unit. It was looked at as it wasn't popular as it is now. So I feel that that cultivated me as my Blackness, my HBCU. It identified me to my HBCU with my hair and my Blackness.
That's that's amazing that you learned that at Cheney. Because one thing now is like it is very prevalent for Black girls to wear their natural hair,
Mhm.
especially because it's seen down upon because it doesn't
Yeah.
look a certain way or it looks nappy and all these things.
And I agree because I worked at Savannah State University, and my thing is I need to do research on pageantry. I love pageantry. I love pageants. I love everything about kings and queens. And I've noticed there's not a lot of girls that wear their natural hair that are those queens. They're really polished. They're very the part in the middle, and the hair is laying down or a nice bob. So my thing is, I would love to see even a young HBCU queen like yourself to rock their natural. Like it is okay to still be the queen and rock natural hair or rock locks. I haven't seen it yet.
One of my sister queens, she wears her natural hair. It's so beautiful. I love wearing my natural hair too. It's just something about our natural hair, and especially about the braiding, where I had to learn for myself. I looked it up that our braids met, like they would put seeds in their braids.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that was so interesting to me. So I
Mm-hmm.
thank you. I thank you for like educating me. I didn't even know the perm that it would go to your brain.
Yeah, like you'll be like if they were to cut us open, like this, like a green scout, and a lot of the times it goes into the brain where you can't think properly or regularly. Hmm. Yeah, so I had to grow that out. I'm like, oh no, I have to get this out of my hair. Yeah.
What initially drew you to choose an HBCU?
Um, I just wanted to go to a 4-year college. So um when it came to Cheyney, the choices for Cheyney, um, they were going to offer me a full academic scholarship. You were going to provide me my books, my free books, where I live for free, a free laptop, computer to use, and you'll pay for me to go to grad school. Oh yeah, I was going to Cheyney University, and also I'm an '80s baby, so there was this. I don't know how old you're very young. I'm not. I'm saying my age. There was this show. No, it's a movie called School Days. I love School Days. It was like it's a Spike Lee joint, and Spike Lee is this black film director, and it talked about like sororities, fraternities. It gave that college life. I used to watch shows like A Different World, and like Bill Cosby. So it was just like I was watching this as a young girl, like 8, 9 years, 10 years old. Like, oh, I want to do that. So that was my first look at HBC because my aunts and uncles, they didn't go to a HBCU, but my dad did. He went to UMES, but he never told me about it. But to actually see it on TV, I said, oh, yeah, that's going to be me. I'm going to be that. I'm going to be in a sorority.
To back that question up, can you describe the moment you knew HBCU was a right fit for you?
I want to say my first day of class, my very first day of class when I was walking the campus, I didn't really get a tour. So to actually be navigating, sitting in the classroom, looking at my classmates, I'm just like, I'm really doing this. And I transferred in. So I didn't get the access. I started off at community college in Philadelphia. So to actually move into it and just actually do it for myself to prove a point, I really felt great. I felt just I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to get this degree. I just want to have that feeling of walking across that stage to say that, hey, I have a degree. I have a bachelor's degree from an HBCU and I'm an HBCU grad.
I feel like that's something really to be proud of because of the fact that you're not only graduating with, like, you're graduating with people who look like you, a
Yes.
bunch of people who look like you. So it's just something about that.
Right.
How has the sense of community at your HBCU impacted your college journey?
Mm. So with Cheyney, it just showed me that yes, I'm from Philly. I'm a Philly girl, West Philadelphia, born and raised. But my thing is with this HBCU experience, I got to see other people that were not from Philadelphia, that were from Pittsburgh, Maryland, Florida. It opened my mind up to all the of all the things I can learn from not only my roommates and my classmates, but my professors. They were really opened my mind to different things, and it allowed me to be competitive the way that I was. So, for example, Cheyney would always post these scholarships. So they would post it at 9 o'clock. Guess what? They would take the flyer down at 11 because it gave me that competitive spirit to always go for things. So I use that ability now. So if I see like a scholarship or a travel opportunity, I'm grabbing it because of all of the experiences I've learned from my HBCU. When it comes to dressing. when it comes to coming outside as a woman. We were never allowed to come outside with a bonnet on. We were never allowed to go to class with pajamas. So, I learned all of those things from being at my HBCU every Monday. If you were an athlete, you had to dress best business professional. If you were part of a Greek organization or a leadership position, you had to dress professional. So everything I did in my HBCU, it prepared me for what I am doing now and for the real world.
It's amazing. Can you share a memorable experience that emphasized the spirit of your HBCU?
Oh, wow. It's so many. While I was at the HBCU or now?
You want to share both?
Okay, I can share both. So for me, just being able to be in the rooms, like I used to go to a lot of conferences. I used to listen, if they were paying for it, I'm going. It was free for me. So we went to like a Chaka conference. He would always have the scholarship conference in Philadelphia, and I would go. And we were among all these PWI students and things of that sort. And I enjoyed being there because sometimes people feel like a lot of times they feel like, oh, I may not feel that I'm worthy to be here. But I was worthy to be there. So when they're introducing themselves in their school, and I felt good to say, yes, my name is Chaka Moore. I am a junior from Cheyney University, the oldest HBCU in the nation. I felt great to say that. And it just, it was that networking point where I got to speak to other Black students like myself at PWIs. Like, I wish that I would have had that experience. I'm the minority here, and it doesn't feel good. So my thing is, I felt great that I could have that connection with these people. And I felt good to have that on my back that I'm an HBCU student. I'm about to be HBCU grad swag. So yes, I felt untouchable. And the same thing here. I love being an advocate for HBCU. And all my students will tell you, I wear HBCU shirts all the time, sweaters. Anytime I see anything HBCU, I'm going to wear it. I love wearing HBCU Nelia when I'm going to the airport because you never know if we're going to run into. I always run into someone and say, "Oh, well, I went to Lincoln." Hey, listen, no rival over here. HBCU love. I like doing it. I always try to get my students to do the same thing. Like if you're going somewhere, not like a club or nothing like that. All the positive places, church events where you are dressing casual, you want to wear that pride to show like, hey, I'm a HBCU grad, you know what I mean? Or future HBCU grad. So that's another thing that I like doing, just wearing shirts that supports HBCU things and, supporting other companies that create HBCU gear that a lot of people are not seeing. So I like doing it. That's my moment when it comes to instilling and showing HBCU pride.
That's amazing. So I'm a baker, and for my fundraiser, I'm baking baked goods. What is your favorite baked good?
Oh, something that's not going to make me gain weight, which is, what? So, wow.
I don't
I
think that's
like,
possible.
I like carrot cake. There used to be a guy called the Carrot Cake Man in West Philly. I don't know where he is. I like carrot cake. I like stuff people don't like. I like snickerdoodle cookies, sugar cookies. I like stuff people don't like. I like cheesecake. So yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to say?
Um, I would tell everyone HBCs are everything. You know, you always run into family and to really do your research for yourself, not where your mom went, not from where your father went. Go to an HBC for yourself. Make your own legacy. Go to those HBCUs that no one has even heard of and give them an opportunity because sometimes they give you all the money. You know, people are always like, currently I work at Howard. Everyone says, oh, I want to go to Howard. It's the Mecca. Yes, but there are other HBCUs, where you can also be a leader at, go for those underdog schools because you never know of the opportunities that they can give you or the money they can give you. Okay, so that's all I have to say.
Well, thank you for being on HBCU Voices, Real Stories, Real Impact. Thank you for being a guest here.
Oh, no problem.